Welcome back, guys. Time for yet another Warcraft Total War faction preview, and this time we're doing the Drakkari, the Ice Trolls. And like always, we're going to start off with the weakest unit, the Drakkari Rabble. Very weak. The only thing that's really good about them is they scare nearby enemy units, and they're very cheap. But everything else, especially the defense, it's very low. Also, like other militia units, they're very unruly. They don't stand in line. They walk around. Never recruit them. They're not even good as a garrison. Moving on to the Troll Tribesmen. They're much better, especially considering how cheap they are. They have 12 attack, 9 defense, and they're even cheaper than the Rabble. This is a very solid garrison unit. Then we have the Drakkari Warriors, and they're a little bit better. Also very, very cheap. 13 attack, 11 defense. Also a very good garrison unit. Then we have a really good and really cool looking unit. Look at those masks. The Drakkari Temple Guards. Now these guys have amazing stats, especially for this price. They're really, really cheap. 23 attack, 17 defense, only 500. Like, try to recruit these guys as much as possible. Also, 2 hit points. One thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, the Drakkari, the Ice Trolls, out of all the troll factions in this mod, I would say these guys have the most unique factions and the most unique units, and also probably the most powerful units. And these guys are really a great example of that. Then we have the Enchanted Tiki Warriors. You guys have seen these in the other troll previews. You know, like a pretty decent unit. Not bad. Not bad for infantry. Then we have the Drakkari God Hunters. Yeah, this is their general's bodyguard. And as far as general bodyguards go, this is a pretty good one. Definitely the best troll bodyguard unit. 25 attack. 21 defense, 3 hit points, armor penetration, and on top of all of it, pretty good price. So definitely try to get as many general's bodyguards as you can while playing as the Drakkari. Then we have the Drakkari Trappers, also heavy infantry, and they're pretty good. They're kind of pricey compared to some of the other units we saw. They're only a little bit better, but a lot more expensive. 18 attack, 13 defense. They're okay, kind of mid considering the price and the fact that they don't have any special, they don't have any good special abilities. Then we have the Drakkari Dire Trolls. They look very intimidating. 23 attack, 17 defense, 4 hit points. Yeah, definitely good. The price makes sense for them. Definitely worth getting. And they look amazing on the battlefield. Then we have these guys. I don't even know what they are. Oh, they're golems. So they're... 25 attack, 23 defense, 8 hit points, and they scare the enemy. And they look really cool. Wow. Definitely worth the money. 4K seems a lot, but once you can afford it later when your economy develops, definitely worth getting. Then we have the Hydras. All the troll factions have some Hydras, and yeah, very good unit. Similar stats to the Golems, 25 attack, 23 defense, 5 hit points, bonus against Cavalry, which is interesting. Scare enemy units, and you get all that for 4K. A little bit expensive, but like I said, with the Golems, definitely worth recruiting once your economy is a little bit more developed. Then we have the Drakkari Spearmen, and they seem to have similar stats to regular troll spearmen, but a little bit better. The Drakkari tend to be bigger trolls compared to the other ones, so yeah, they're okay, especially if you're fighting a faction with a lot of cavalry. These guys could be worth getting. Moving on to missile units, we have the Drakkari Archers. They're very good. 11 melee attack, 10 missile attack, 11 defense, and then they also have armor penetration. Yeah, very good. Definitely worth the price. As soon as you see armor penetration effective, which is effective against armor, as soon as you see that on a missile unit, always get it, especially if it's cheap. Okay, and then we have tribal hunters. They also have armor penetration. Yeah, and very similar stats. Also, definitely worth getting. Get these guys. Then we have the axe throwers. Same thing. Armor penetration. Yeah. Wow. All the Drakkari missile units have armor penetration. That's really good. Now moving on to magic units, spellcasters. We have the Drakkari ice mages. Yeah, pretty good. Kind of a low number, only 17 soldiers, but 15 missile attack, 2 hit points. Kind of a typical decent spellcaster unit. Let's see if these guys are much better. The Drakkari, wow, they look intimidating with these masks. Drakkari Soulbinders. 14 attack, that's the melee attack. 17 missile attack, 16 defense, 1 hit points. That's a bit disappointing, but I guess they make up for it with how high their attack is. And relatively cheap considering they're the same price as the ice mages. Now moving on to cavalry, they have some pretty good ones. Wow. Mounted Drakkari temple guards. Oh, they look badass. 23 attack, 20 defense, 2 hit points, and they scare the enemy. And they ride freaking bears. Oh yeah, they look good. They look really good. I think I'm gonna eventually start a campaign just to use these guys. Alright, now let's look at the raptor units. Usually raptor units, like raptor riders, aren't that good. Yeah, they're okay. 13 mounted Drakkari warriors, 13 attack, 12 defense. Okay, better than most raptor riders. And let's see the next one. The one right next to them. Yeah, this one's way worse. Don't get this one. Get the mounted Drakkari warriors. Don't get the mounted Drakkari spearmen. They're significantly worse. Way lower attack. And then we have the Drakkari raptor archers. The question is, do they have armor penetration? Yes, they do. Okay, yeah, definitely if you're gonna recruit raptor riders, get these guys, because they have armor penetration. The other two do not, and that makes a huge difference in this mod, because so many enemy units have insanely high armor. Golems and paladins and all kinds of monstrosities. They all have huge armor. Okay, now let's look at the AI army. Speaking of monstrosities with high armor, we got the Drakkari mammoth. Oh man, look at that. 25 melee attack. They have a missile attack as well. 10. 32 defense. And look at that. Look how much of that defense is armor. This is why armor penetration is key to this mod. Then we have 3 hit points. They have a special attack. They scare enemy units. A little bit expensive, but I think they're worth it if you use them carefully. Then we have the typical troll ballista and troll catapult. I'm not even going to really talk about them much. The catapult is very good. The ballista is not. So then what else do we have? Mounted Drakkari axe throwers. Do they have armor penetration? Yes, they do. Okay, good price, only 800. Good melee. Yeah, get these guys as well. So if you're going to recruit cavalry for the trolls, definitely always focus on getting the bears. Anything else? Oh yeah, we've talked about these guys before. Bat riders, they're okay. Kind of expensive considering how low their melee and defense are, so but yeah, worth getting. And I think that's about it. I think we looked at all of them, and yeah, amazing roster. Probably the best roster out of any troll faction, and I think it makes sense because the Drakkari are surrounded by a lot of very strong enemies. The Vrykul, you've seen how strong the Vrykul are, my Vrykul campaign. You have the Scourge with like endless armies and all kinds of OP units like Death Knights and Frostworms and all that stuff, Banshees. So they're in a difficult neighborhood and they live in the cold, so I can see why the Drakkari are tougher than other trolls. I might eventually do a campaign as them, but right now I have to finish my Vrykul and Central campaigns. Like always, if you guys like the video, leave a like, helps the channel a lot, helps it grow. Subscribe if you want to be notified for more videos, especially these faction preview videos. There's a few more left that I have to do, and I'll see you guys on the next one.